All right, so here I am. I've been playing in 1.12, version 1.12. I was in Slimeball World and got myself a horse, and there seemed to have been some sort of change with how rapidly the horse's head was going up and down. So it was driving me crazy. So you don't even want to get, if my memory's not perfect, sometimes I perceive things differently. But if that's the way the horse's head moves up and down weight like twice, like double speed, in 1.12, then it's not even worth it. So what I've done now, that being the final straw on my horse's back, as it may be, I've now changed this. I've got 187. I've got 187 here, and so what I'm gonna do is start a new world, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's a little thing like that that drives me insane. So here I am, back in 187. Let's see if it works. Again, they say it's 187, but we'll shortly see. I'm gonna call this world right now Operation Bite Fork. There's a story behind me and biting a fork. Yeah, anyway, years and years and years ago, I bit a fork, and it's still there. And now it seems as if the world keeps on me being a fork, and the world just keeps on biting. So anyway, since you've bitten a fork, you never go back. So game mode survival, more world, this is just the default thing, right? More world options, this is the way it's set up, all this stuff. That's right. Too much. This is like Operation Desert Storm or Operation Shock and Awe. That's right, Shock. This is Operation Bite Fork. So let's see what happens here. Wait a second. Who am I going to show up as? Am I going to be Steve or Alex? Either way, let's create the world Operation Bite Fork. Just a normal world, and let's see what happens. Again, and they say it's 187, but it could be the exact same thing as 1.12. Who knows? I did set it up in a different directory, though. I did set it up in a different directory, as per the advice of the Mojang people who are now receiving paychecks from Microsoft. Okay, so here we are. Inventory. What I always do at the beginning is I try to wait a little bit for everything to come in. And now I take a picture of my snapshot. Here are the coordinates. Take a picture. And so here we go. All right, let's look around here. Woo! Some flowers. All right, it always takes a couple seconds here to figure out what's going on. Already I pushed the button once and didn't start collecting the wood, but that could be a nothing little thing. So let's just see here. Again, if they're going to say this is 187, let's see if it actually is. Twice now, I've pushed the button to start getting some wood, and it didn't start on the first press. So let's just see here. Be a little bit patient. Sometimes, again, the adrenaline gets pumping, the nerves get up a little bit. You pay a little bit too much attention to something, and then you get too picky, and nothing seems right. So let's let the eyes adjust here and try to gather some wood. They give you a full day, of course, to get started here. And we'll see how it goes here. Again, but the horse, I got the horse. It was different somehow getting the horse in Slimeball World just, I don't know, half hour ago or something. And too much. I can't even, I'm very, very sensitive to certain things. And the horse's head, it was a really nice horse. The horse's head was going up and down at what seemed like double speed. It might have been the same, who knows? But I'll find a horse somewhere in this world, again, something little like that. Here I am back in 187. I think the combat update was 1.9. So what I like to do is gather the wood. I like to leave things intact. It's taking inventory. There we go. Like a crafting table. It looks like I'm still Alex, so that's good, I guess. Anyway, there's a long, horrible story about the not wanting to play Steve. As it turns out, a guy named Steve. Here's the short version of it, I guess. It would take 3 years, I guess, to tell the long version. Where I used to live, a guy named Steve was my landlord. And it was really ironic. and it turned into a real horrible situation. And so I just don't like to play as somebody named Steve because of that. I actually ended up kind of, truth be known, getting evicted. Not quite an eviction, but it kind of was. And the situation with Steve, who, even more ironically, by the way, was I'm 44. I'm a little more than 44 and a half. I'll be 45 in July. My landlord, Steve, was probably 3 or 4 years older than me. So he's just a little bit older than me. But he was about 5'10", 5'11", normal sized guy with dark brown hair, and he kind of, ironically, looked like Steve. There are lots of guys that look like that, but some more than others. And he was a relatively, not a fit guy, just like Steve from the character from Minecraft, a thick head of dark hair. And it was, to me, if you actually knew the situation, you actually saw it, and you knew my life, you'd really kind of laugh about it. So, anyway, here we are back, trying to just get things, and you have to pay a little bit more attention at the beginning here, because, again, I don't have one apple here, but I don't have any armor on, and I don't want to, again, alright, there's sugarcane. This actually looks like a pretty nice world. Apparently, when I was back in Slimeball Land, I don't know if Minecraft, if Mojang corrected the auto jump feature when you're standing in front of chests. But anyway, here we are back in this world. Let's just get started here and collect wood. I've got one apple, which is nice. Again, I don't like to kill the animals. I don't like to kill. I go in and out of moods where, well, I don't care if I kill chickens, I don't care if I kill cows, I want to get some leather so I can wear a leather coat or whatever, or a leather tunic or something like that. So it's like real life with me, by the way. Sometimes I'm sensitive to eating flesh. Sometimes vegetarianism seems like a pretty good idea. Other times I go out and buy a 3-pound brisket and enjoy and enjoy eating meat. So, but that's in real life. I'm the same kind of way. Wow, I don't really want to eat beef or chicken, and fish is always probably the best option if you got to have some flesh. Being sensitive to these things in Minecraft also. I don't want to. They're just robot chickens. They're just computer generated things on a screen. And if you think long and hard enough, well, you could say that I'm a computer generated image on a screen someplace. So we could start getting a little bit crazy. And oftentimes I do, but I try not to kill the animals. And in a very short period of time, I could be killing everything on the screen to eat it and just to enjoy. But for the time being, if I can get myself started eating apples, there's only a couple of grass things here to collect seeds, but already it's not responding exactly how I want it to. The button, but again, it could be when you're in a heightened mode of sensitivity to things, you pay more attention. When you're looking for problems, when the officer is driving down the road behind you, if he's looking for a reason to pull you over, guess what? He'll always find a reason. Oh, you swerved an inch to the left there, and he'll always find a reason to pull you over if your windows are tinted out and he sees smoke coming out of your windows that doesn't look quite right. He'll always find a reason to pull you over. And it's the same way any place in life. Your eyes adjust and you focus in on something, and then all you do is you see the problems with it. When in reality there might not be any problems at all. And as we all learned from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, with starring Nicolas Cage, the lesson is that if you I don't know if it's 100 cars they had to steal. If you can't accept that 100th car with a broken rear view mirror, then you don't get any cars at all, and you either go to prison or you die. So there's a lesson in life there too. We all learn something from Nicolas Cage. So anyway, let's try to start. I've got one apple, and I got one thing of seed here. All right, so, and what I do is I'm gonna leave these stumps here, so that I know where to replant. If I want to, I can put everything back the way that it was. Although I've taken some grass now, well, what am I supposed to do? even if the trees grow back, they won't be the exact same configuration. So at least this way, I know where to plant the saplings. And in a world here that doesn't have a lot of grass right around me, I won't be able to collect a lot of seeds and just plant them in the water. And I don't see what this isn't a taiga or a mega taiga, or even to a lesser extent in a savanna where they're going to have mushrooms around. Because when you can find mushrooms, well, then you can make mushrooms too. But for right now, the way things look, you're going to have to... The trees don't put out very many apples. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It'd be nice if the oak trees, like every oak tree or even every other oak tree, gave you one apple. Oak trees don't produce apples in real life at all. And look, there's a tree cow. So, that's right. But anyway, let's just get the game started here. And the sun's going down, so what I'm going to do is cut down this last tree and start to dig into a hill or something someplace to get some shelter. That's right. All right, so... That's right. I was just watching something where they on television. It was either Hulu or Netflix, where they mentioned Nicolas Cage. That's right. Nicolas Cage is an interesting. I really like Con Air. Interesting actor. Interesting character. That's exactly right. So let's just dig in here and just. I think I saw a rabbit go by to the right. But once you just get myself a little bit of a shelter here. No, we're at, okay, well this is going to be one day. We're at 11 minutes and 53 seconds of recording, which is actually it's pretty convenient as far as the day length for setting up videos like this. That's right. I mean, again, if I have to eat, then there's another apple. Now I have dos manzanas para comer, to eat. That's right. Again, my Spanish is iffy at best, but I enjoy it. So, here we go. 12 minutes, 29 seconds right now. And the sun's about to go down. And now, of course, oh, well, I didn't... That's right. Again, you think about getting wool for a bed and all these things a little bit after. But the beginning part, you just start the world, gather some wood, and it's nice. I have 2 apples to work with here. And dig myself into the side of a hill, and here comes night. And all right, we're coming up on 13 minutes. Let me stop the recording. Hold on here.